Hi there, and welcome to your Pick a Card Tarot readings for the month of February and Aquarius season. If you're watching this at a different time, that's also perfectly fine because energy is timeless. And so if you're connecting with me right now, that means you've connected with the energies here, and therefore the readings might be relevant to your situation. So keep watching. We're going to begin with a meditation to get centered before choosing your reading today. I'm going to ring my singing bowl 3 times. With each ring, I welcome you to take a deep, clearing breath. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out of the mouth. Let's begin. Soften your gaze and create space between your eyebrows. Allow your cheeks to droop, part your lips, and lower your jaw. Lower your shoulders. Bring all of your awareness now down, down, down into your heart space. I welcome you and I encourage you to listen with your heart space today as you receive your reading. Listen for what resonates. Listen for what confirms your inner knowing. Listen for what eases your burdens, calms you down, and gives you a sense of peace. And now, if you're ready, you can open your eyes and notice the 3 groups before you. For group 1, we have pineapple calcite and the light seer stack. For group 2, we have rose quartz and the golden universal tarot deck. For group 3, we have citrine quartz the Awaken Tarot deck. Soften your gaze and notice which group stands out to you. Notice where you feel a pull, where you feel drawn. Which group is calling out to you? You don't have to think too hard. Sometimes our first impulse is the right answer for us. At other times we can feel drawn to more than one group because sometimes the readings are general enough to carry messages in all of them for us. In which case you're welcome to listen to more than one reading and exercise your intuition to take the messages that resonate. For the time being, you can pick one group to get started with and then go on to the rest later. Once you've chosen your reading, you can go down to the timestamps below and click on your reading, and I'll see you over there. If you chose Group 1, Pineapple Calcite, or the Light Seers deck, then this is your reading. Hi Group 1, welcome to your reading. Let's begin with your current energies. So Spirit, what do we need to know about Group 1's current situation? What do we need to know about Group 1's current situation? Okay, let's get one more card, please. You have the Tower, followed by the Four of Swords, and Two of Wands, and the Hermit. So it looks like a disruptive event happened recently. It could have been like an emotional meltdown, the ending of a relationship, walking away from something in a really dramatic and unexpected fashion. Some sort of tower moment happened recently that has forced you to dismantle beliefs, incorrect beliefs you had about your life. And it looks like it's already happened because we have the Four of Swords along with it. The Four of Swords is about resting and healing and recouping, regaining your energy after something quite taxing. So it looks like you're in a period of healing and resting now after having gone through quite a disruptive event that's changed things energetically in your situation and the way you relate to your environment. For some of you, this could have even been getting sick, like getting food poisoning or a fever, being sick in bed for a whole week, and now you're just trying to heal and regain some strength. Something disruptive that came abruptly, unexpectedly, that has forced you to slow down and rest. I feel like there's a mental element here that because this event has happened, you are now taking a step back and thinking about your world a little bit differently. Because the Four of Swords, swords being the air element, is about communication, thoughts, and beliefs. So I feel like whatever happened to you recently has forced you to take a step back, to reconsider some of your thought patterns and beliefs and ways of seeing the world and perspectives. You have the Two of Wands and the Hermit also. So it's taken you inwards. You're in a very reflective and introspective space now. You're trying to find the light within and understand yourself a little bit better. In this reflective space, you're considering possibilities moving forward and better choices you can make in the future. And just like it's the feeling of the world's your oyster and there's so many possible choices you can make, and so you want to really scope out the entire horizon and make sure that you're being as selective as possible and taking the right kinds of action moving forward. Now let's get some work your light messages. What does Group 1 need to know, Spirit, regarding their situation? What messages do you have for Group 1, Spirit? You have Inner Temple, Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Let's get some more cards. You have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So I feel like this recent Tower moment has helped you in a really positive way by dismantling old beliefs and perspectives that just weren't serving you. Now that these beliefs have dissolved, I feel like you're able to see your situation more clearly and realign yourself to the path that you've always envisioned for yourself. So it's like you are remembering your purpose, if you want to call it that. You're remembering your dream, what you're really after, and you're brainstorming ideas and ways of moving forward that can really make sure that you are laying the proper foundations for the future. So you're thinking very long term and you're trying to be responsible to the path that you've chosen. You're trying to align as much as possible and make conscious decisions to lay the proper foundations, see the light, and follow through with this divine plan, this vision or dream that you have for yourself. So it's really good that this Tower moment has helped you let go of false beliefs that were previously kind of veiling you from seeing what's actually going on. And so you're more able to now tune into your heart space and connect with yourself a bit better and really lean into your values. Can you give us one more message, please? What else do we need to know? Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So it's not time to take action just yet. You still need to give yourself some time to rest and regain your strength. So I'm getting the sense that for many of you, you might have actually gone sick, and it could have felt almost like there's a physical part of getting sick, but at the same time, you found yourself releasing a lot emotionally as well. As like a purge on all levels, where you were creating space energetically, emotionally, and physically to be more in alignment with yourself. So you're still healing. Allow yourself to rest and take your time with this. Take time to recoup. That's part of the energetic realignment that's happening. Now let's get a message from the Work Your Light deck. Not a message, an archetype. What is an archetype that Group 1 can study in order to better understand their situation? You have the Vision. There we go. Okay. So feel into this image as you listen to the guidebook. The vision, the dream, the imagined, the revealed. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny toward which we are aimed. It is also said that we must forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery. Bring back the dreams. When light, this is potent imagination, synchronicity, trust. When dark, it's disconnection from art and dreams, listless, aimless. To go deeper, you can look into Twin Peaks by David Lynch or The Dream by Frida Kahlo. You can gauge how connected you are to your vision by how tired you are. Since the vision feeds us energy, it affects our life force and vitality. Look at art you loved when you were young. Listen to old records and poems. These are all ways to activate the vision. So it seems like your vision was recently reactivated after this tower moment. This tower moment helped unveil your vision. And this is a vision that's been with you for some time, and it comes and goes. Sometimes you remember it and you feel the drive and the passion to go after it. And then sometimes it slips away and you forget. And now you feel a sense of restored life force and vitality, whereas previously you might have been finding life quite dull. You might have been burnt out and just unmotivated. So I'm feeling like there's more aliveness in you now. You're all of a sudden more inspired. There's more vitality to work with. And you are remembering a dream that at some point was alive but slipped away and now it's back. Okay, let's get some more tarot cards. I'm just going to keep it to these 3 decks today. What else do we need to know, Spirit? What else do we need to know? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Devil. So, Spirit wants you to follow more creative impulse moving forward. Be spontaneous and listen to your life force. When you feel inspired to do something, do it there and then. Especially if this is in regards to a project, if this vision of yours requires you to take action, to create something, you need to follow your creative impulse when that inspiration arises. Creative inspiration has a certain window of time, and if you take too much time over planning and overthinking, you lose that window. So when your life force comes online and you feel inspired to take action, take action. Make sure that you don't miss that window. Allow yourself to be flexible and more spontaneous in following creative impulse. Do not overplan. Do not overthink. At the same time, we have the King of Pentacles and the Devil. So Spirit also wants to warn you to do not take shortcuts. Do not look for the easy way out. Hold yourself to a high standard and be sure that every step you're taking towards creating this vision of yours is something you can be proud of, and that ultimately the vision is something you'll be proud of. Hold yourself to a high standard. Do not look for shortcuts or the easy way. Do not give away responsibility to others and use other people as a crutch. Hold yourself to a high standard and make sure that you are putting out work, you're creating in a way that you can be proud of, and it's in integrity. Okay, now can we get some cards for the near future? What can Group 1 expect if they are to follow the advice here? Seven of Swords, so there's another warning. Do not take the easy way. Do not take shortcuts. Be sincere with the process. Enjoy the process. Hold yourself in integrity with every step you take towards this vision you're creating. It will pay off. The finished product is something you'll be proud of when you take each action in integrity. If you take shortcuts, you're going to jeopardize the end product. Okay, what can we expect in the near future? It's the same message over and over again. Enjoy the process. Enjoy being creative and nurturing this vision of yours. That's really the fruit here. The fruit is not the end goal, the finished product, the vision is the process. The enjoyable thing in realizing this vision of yours is the process that it takes to realize it, not really the thing at the end. Nurture this baby of yours and take the entire 9 months. Enjoy the creative process. And know that your luck is going to turn very soon. So you might have felt that life has been dull and somewhat boring and lifeless. You might have lacked motivation and inspiration and vitality. Well, this is changing very soon. You're also going to find that there's going to be a lot more momentum in the near future as well. So it's not going to feel like you're grinding, with every step that you're taking. At a certain point, the process is going to feel a lot smoother, like it's taking you, instead of you forcing it. So look forward to that. The wheel is turning. Can give us one more card to close off this reading. 6 of Wands. Success is to be expected here. There will be success at the end. You will realize this vision no matter how many times you forget it along the way. There will be success. You're on the right track. Trust in the process. Let's get one more message from the Work Your Light deck. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. So remember that you're still healing. We had the deep replenishment card earlier and the 4 of Swords. So you are still recalibrating. Take your time with that. Do not rush it. There's no need to. Allow the cellular healing to happen. Recalibrate energetically to welcome this renewed life force and vitality that is coming alive in you. Thank you so much, Group 1, for being here. Hope that you found the reading helpful. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in another reading or in another video. Bye. If you chose Group 2, Rose Quartz, or the Golden Universal Tarot deck, then this is your reading. Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. We're going to get started with your current energies. Let's get some tarot cards for that. So what do we need to know about Group 2's current situation? What is Group 2 feeling? Group 2. What is Group 2 feeling? Tell us more. What is Group 2 feeling? Okay. We have a reverse Chariot. We have the 8 of Cups, clarified by the 4 of Pentacles. And we have the 5 of Cups. So the reverse Chariot tells me that you've been experiencing a lot of stagnancy recently. This could have been going on for quite some time actually, and you're finally coming to acknowledge the stagnancy, and you're wanting to move things and restore some flow. It can feel like nothing's really happening, and it's been like this for a while. Life hasn't been exciting. Life has felt slow and redundant and repetitive. And you're looking at all of this through a negative lens at the moment. You're failing to see positives in your situation. A lot of things are looking negative to you. You're seeing more of the losses than the wins. And I think you're realizing that your life has been stagnant for a while because you've been very much in your comfort zone. Things haven't been moving because you haven't really challenged yourself to get out of your comfort zone. You're noticing that there are attachments to people and places and things that you need to let go of if you want life to move forward for you. And so an example could be maybe you've been in a situationship for just way too long. You have this connection that is comfortable but not exactly enriching, and you've just stayed in it for too long, and you know that this isn't who you're meant to be with. They're not really adding to your life, but because you've grown comfortable with it, you've just allowed it to be lackluster and just kind of okay-ish. And so with the Eight of Cups, I'm getting the sense that you're waking up from this. You're like, okay, I don't want a lukewarm connection. I want something that's actually gratifying and enriching. I need to go out there and seek it out. I need to end this thing so I can create space in my life for more enriching experiences and connections to come in. That's what I'm getting from the Eight of Cups. And it doesn't have to be a situationship, of course. It can also be, for example, in terms of career, you've been entertaining this job that was only meant to be a placeholder before you found something better. But now, but over time you've grown really comfortable with it, so kind of fallen asleep to the routine and repetitiveness of the job. And now you're realizing, wait, this isn't actually enriching. This isn't what I wanted at the beginning. This was only meant to be temporary. So I need to end this in order to create space for something better. So you're realizing you need to let go of attachments that have kept you in the comfort zone in order to seek out more enriching experiences and connections and projects. Okay, now let's get some work your light messages. Spirit, can you give us some advice regarding this stagnancy and this need to let go of attachments? Give us some advice. What does group 1, what does group 2 need to hear? Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So, Spirit wants you to look a little bit deeper and realize that you've created the stagnancy and you've resorted to this comfort zone because it's what's deeply familiar to this mind body of yours. A lot of it has to do with the conditioning that you were raised into. A lot of it has to do with patterns that your caregivers and community fed into you. And so in choosing to let go of these attachments and walk beyond your comfort zone and release this stagnancy, you have to consciously choose to break the chain, break what's familiar, let go of what's familiar, let go of ancestral patterns, rewrite the future in the sense that you need to expect a future that's never been experienced before, not by you, not by anyone you know. This is a future that's beyond what you can imagine, because it's not supposed to look like the past. It's not supposed to be a regurgitation of patterns you're familiar with. It's beyond that. So Spirit's asking you to look a little bit deeper and become aware of the patterns that have been ruling your life, and consciously choose to break these patterns so that you can create a future that's never been experienced for you and your lineage. You have yes, just say yes. So there might be opportunities present in your situation at the moment that you can say yes to. These could be opportunities that force you to walk away from the old attachments and say yes to something more. And these could be opportunities that require a lot of courage. If you know what these opportunities are, Spirit's encouraging you to just say yes to them. Go after them. Take a leap of faith, go after them. The ever-unfolding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. So if you've been feeling really negative about your situation, if you've been feeling lost, and if this releasing and letting go process has been really hard, if it's been bringing up a lot of emotions, know that it's all happening for you. Part of letting go requires that we release a lot of energy to make space for something new. And that releasing of energy can come in the form of emotions. It is difficult. It's never easy to let go of what we're used to and to welcome uncertainty. It's an inevitable part of the process, and you just kind of have to surrender to it. You're being cracked open. The fact that you've chosen to let go means you have to embrace the total release and purge, which oftentimes comes in the form of emotions. Allow yourself to feel your emotions and just unravel with it. It's part of the process. It's going to take you somewhere. That's interesting. We have the no card as well. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So I'm hearing you want to be very clear on what you're saying yes and no to. Get very clear on your boundaries, what you want to see more of and what you want to see less of in your life. What has been contributing to the comfort zone and what can take you out of it. So get very clear on what you're saying yes and no to. Okay, now I want to get an archetype from the wild unknown. Whoa. You have the bardo. also known as the liminal, the in-between, the transition. I invite you to feel into this image and notice what it brings up emotionally for you. It is said that the bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. When light, its spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, truth. When dark, its torment, dislocation, hallucination, transience. To go deeper, you can look into the Tibetan Book of the Dead or Lament of the Dead by James Hillman and Sonu Shamdasani. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. The bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. So you're in this liminal space right now where the future that you've been visioning has not yet arrived, but it is felt, and you're also working very hard to let go of an old reality, an old world that you know you no longer want to be a part of. And in this space, there is a lot of potential to forgive and to see the unseen, to love the unloved, and to just let go, to feel a lot of pain and purge all of that. So if things have been really emotionally difficult, welcome it, embrace it. That's part of the process. You're being cracked open because that's the only way to create space for what's new. You need to create space. And being in this liminal space allows you to create space. And I just want to emphasize one line here. When you're here, when you're in the bardo, you see visions of lives not yet lived. And that's what I got through Break the Chain. You're rewriting the future to be something that has never been experienced by you or by your lineage. Keep that in mind. The future is not familiar. The future is completely foreign, and that's when you know you're headed in the right direction. The future cannot be a regurgitation of the past, otherwise you're still stuck in the same old ancestral patterns. Your ancestors are supporting you and helping you lean into the unknown because that's what you're living for, that's what you're here for. Everything that they've done up until now to create the version of you that you are in this moment is so that your lineage can continue to expand and evolve. that requires you to do things that has never been done before. So when you say yes, there's going to be a bit of fear because there's total uncertainty. There is the unknown, but that's when you know you're saying yes to the right thing. If it's familiar, then you know you're resorting to the comfort zone again. So break the chain, choose newness, choose uncertainty, and brave through even in the face of fear. And again, allow yourself to feel in this liminal space. You have to feel and allow yourself to be cracked open to release and purge and create space for the new world that's incoming. Okay. Now I'm going to get some more tarot cards. I feel like just keeping it simple and not using too many decks today, so I'm just going to go back into tarot. Okay, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know, Spirit? Give me one more card. You have the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. So I feel like the ancestral patterns that you're trying to break from have a lot to do with the scarcity mindset and limitations of the mind where you feel like things aren't possible. And this is the weight that you've been carrying. It's like a burden to believe in scarcity and to think that you're limited and that things aren't possible. Recognize that this belief, this way of operating does not come from you. This is a burden that has been passed over from your ancestors. Previous generations have experienced difficulty, and that trauma has, led to the scarcity mindset that you now carry. But it's not yours to hold. It didn't start with you. It's not meant to be a part of your personality or the way you operate. It's simply like a backpack that you've been carrying that's been holding you down, like in the Ten of Wands, how this man is carrying all of these sticks is just a lot of unresolved energy that you've been carrying on your back like a backpack. And all you have to do is take off that backpack, disidentify with the scarcity mindset. It's not yours to hold. It didn't begin with you. It's not a part of your personality. It doesn't have to be the way you see the world. You can honor the hardship and difficulties your ancestors went through by recognizing that this is their pain. This is what they went through. And you honor the previous generations by returning what is rightfully theirs and by carrying forward in a way that they couldn't do so. They paved the path for you to thrive. Now, can you tell us what might be possible in the near future, Spirit? If group 2 is to follow the advice here. Near future, please. What can we expect in the near future for group 2? Beautiful. We have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Hierophant and the Star. So what I'm seeing here is more agency in embodying total unapologetic authenticity, feeling more completely and wholly yourself, and feeling dignified in that, unapologetic about who you are, not having to feel bad, not feeling like you need to make yourself small or hide certain aspects of yourself. This is being entirely unapologetic, like take it or leave it. This is who I am. Deal with it. It's that kind of energy. Really allowing yourself to shine and stand in the center of attention and just bask in all the glory of what it is to be who you really are. So in the near future, you're going to be able to embody the Queen of Wands in this sort of way. And we also have the Hierophant and the Star. Both of these cards point to a deeper connection with the divine, or with existence, with God, with the universe, whatever you want to call it. This is feeling more connected with the higher realms and knowing a deeper purpose to everything you're doing, feeling like you're guided and there is meaning in what you're doing, and like the sense that every action you're taking is a meaningful stepping stone to the next. Like you're able to follow the stars, follow the signs and synchronicities. And with the Hierophant is the sense that you know that you are following the highest order, you're on the highest path, and the actions you're taking are in integrity. They're the best for you and the best for all involved. So it's a really beautiful energy where you feel a sense of purpose, you feel meaning, you feel guided, you feel reassured, and you know that everything's happening for a reason and everything is as it should be. That's what I'm getting from these two cards, which is so beautiful. So to kind of conclude, what's incoming is a restored sense of purpose, restored connection to the higher realms, to deeper meaning and fulfillment and reason, and also integrity and authenticity. That's incoming as well. If you're able to get through this liminal phase where you're being cracked open and you're releasing and purging and creating space. Let's get one more message from the Work Your Light deck to close this off. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You're on the path. It's all happening for you. Embrace the process. You're already doing it. Keep facing your true north. Thank you so much for being here, Group 2. I hope that you found this reading helpful. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated. I'd love to hear from you. I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in the next reading or in the next video. Bye. If you chose Group 3, citrine quartz, or the deck, the Awakened Tarot, then this is your reading. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. We're going to get started with your current energies. So, Spirit, what do we need to know about Group 3's situation? what do we need to know about group three's situation? Group three. It's looking pretty positive so far. Okay, tell us more. Group three. Group three. You have the Four of Wands, Six of Wands, and Seven of Wands. You also have the Five of Swords. So there's a lot of Wands energy, which can feel like you're overly headstrong right now, taking a lot of action. You're in your yang energy, you're in your masculine, and there might be a slight imbalance with that because we have the Seven of Wands. So first I want to say, by the looks of these two cards, the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands, it looks like you're celebrating a recent win. The Six of Wands is the feeling of success when everyone recognizes your accomplishments and they're celebrating you. They're giving you a standing ovation and you're just strutting your stuff and feeling a lot of pride in being recognized. With the Four of Wands, this is stability. This is feeling stability in what you've created, so much so that you're able to have some sort of celebration around that. So I always use the example of a wedding. That's stability in a relationship, in a connection that people can recognize and celebrate. Or graduation, that's in the cultivation of education, right? That we can celebrate at a certain point. So it seems like you celebrated something recently, or you're in the process of celebrating it. There's a lot of pride, feelings of success and accomplishment, and people are recognizing you for your success. That's really nice to see. So you're feeling seen, you're feeling celebrated, you're feeling proud, and that could be why the Seven of Wands is here. The Seven of Wands is feeling like you're holding really strong boundaries and protecting your feelings in interactions with other people. So that would be a healthier manifestation of this energy. It can also be like putting up a wall and resisting criticism and feedback, even when they're well-meaning. So being overly protective of yourself where it's actually creating disconnection. Because we have the Five of Swords, I feel like the latter might be happening here. So because you're so much in your Wands energy, in the element of fire, and it's very young and masculine, you could be overly self-protective and resistant to well-meaning, well-intentioned people who are simply wanting to connect. They might be trying to connect in the form of offering feedback and constructive criticism, and that's where I think you might be shooting them down prematurely. The Five of Swords is the energy of relational conflict, where we choose to walk away from a disagreement thinking that we're right and we're justified in being right and they're wrong. So it's the feeling of othering. like we're in opposition to somebody and we have to walk away in order to preserve ourselves. And yeah, so I'm sensing resistance here, overprotectiveness, defensiveness. That's creating disconnection and conflict with other people. Let's get some work your light messages now. Spirit, what do you need Group 3 to know? We have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? So, in some ways, this defensiveness is not entirely bad. It's serving a larger purpose in the sense that you're almost armoring yourself in order to stick to your guns and stick to what you believe in. So this armoring might be, like, even if it's overboard, a little bit too much, that it's offering disconnection, it might be just enough for you to honor your boundaries and answer a deep calling, whatever that is for you. So you might want to journal on this. Why do you feel the need to armor yourself and protect your opinions against others? Is this serving a deeper purpose? And is there a more graceful way of going about this, where you can have boundaries, but not have to disconnect from people that you want to be connected to? Or maybe you don't want to be connected with them, in which case you could just move on. But I think it's worth asking yourself, is there a more graceful way of going about this, where you're not getting into relational conflicts and you're just, having the necessary boundaries and respecting yourself, but also being graceful with other people? What else do we need to know? Spirit, what else does Group 3 need to know? Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? How can you bring in more feminine energy, more softness? How can you be slightly more gentle in your approach to life? Because there's a lot of, again, like I said earlier, there's a lot of fire, a lot of posturing. How can you soften into yourself a little bit more to mother yourself, to be with your emotions, and to let things flow through you in a more gentle way? What else does Group 3 need to hear? You have the no card. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So it is necessary to have strong boundaries at this time, and it is okay to say no. It is okay to put up boundaries. But I'm hearing you can refine your way of doing this. That's also possible too. Now let's get an archetype from the Wild Unknown. What is an archetype that Group 3 can work with to better understand their situation? You have the riddle. Interesting. Okay, so I invite you to feel into this image and notice what sort of feelings it brings up in you as I read to you. The riddle, the puzzle, the question, the mystery. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer. It cannot be found, and ultimately it is not important. Rather, there must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. You are thinking too small and literally about the situation. The riddle card appears when the energy is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom in a Zen koan. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. Time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Eventually, you'll learn a profound lesson from the riddle. For now, get comfortable with the limitations of your intellect and the reality of not knowing. It may in fact be the only reality there is. When light, this is a great awakening or aha moment. When dark, it's manipulation, deceit, trickery. To go deeper, practice the Buddhist I don't know mind. Ponder these koans. The coin that's lost in the river is found in the river. If you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha. Who am I? The only way to work with the riddle successfully is to not work. So I get the sense that whatever caused this relational conflict that we're seeing with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords was your need to defend your position as being right. And maybe there is no right answer here. Maybe you're never going to get the other to see your point of view. Can you be okay with that? Can you be okay with not being right? And to desire connection over being right? Because ultimately, being right is not important. You have to stop searching for the right answer. It cannot be found. There has to be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, a shift from the ego to the true self, because I think there's a part of you that wants connection more than anything. The ego wants to be right, but deep down, it really doesn't matter all that much. Connection matters more. So there must be a shift to something deeper. You're thinking too small and too literally about the situation. So again, I want to go back to the Mother card. You're being invited by Spirit to soften, to be more gentle in your interactions, to be more attentive to your emotions and your inner world. All of this wand energy has made you posture. It's made you a little too rough around the edges. I don't know if that was the right idiom to use, but it's time to soften a little bit and lean in a little bit more to feeling instead of armoring yourself so much. Okay, now let's get some more tarot cards. I'm keeping it simple this time. I'm just going to use these 3 decks, no more. You have the Queen of Pentacles, so that's softening, being in your feminine more, and moreover, it's being resourced, really tending to your garden, tending to the things that nourish you, and being nurturing with people in your life, in your interactions. So offering inner resources that are available to you and holding space, grounding yourself, all of that falls into this energy. So to embody the Queen of Pentacles is to be grounded, resourced, attentive, and a space holder. If we are ready, Spirit, can you tell us what might be possible in the near future if Group 3 is to follow the advice here? So you have the Ten of Wands and the World and the Knight of Wands. So the Ten of Wands with the World tells me that you're going to be coming to the completion of a cycle. A lesson will be learned, especially in regards to how you use Wands energy, which is the fire element, and it's about how we take action in the external world and how we use our creative life force. So something around this theme in your life will be learned. The way you use your creative life force will be refined, so much so that the cycle that you're currently in is going to come to an end and the new one will begin, where you're going to operate slightly differently in a new energy on a different wavelength. And this is a major spiritual lesson for the world to be here. The world is also about completion, but the completion of many spiritual lessons, to the point where when we get to this card, we're feeling really whole and complete and actualized. So whatever it is that you're going to learn in this cycle is going to leave you feeling very confident and reassured and complete. I believe we have the Knight of Wands here to tell us what the next cycle might hold for you. The Knight of Wands is about creative impulse and spontaneity. It's a very playful energy. It's passionate and driven, and it doesn't rely on personal will. It listens to something deeper than that. This energy turns on and off. Sometimes we feel creative and sometimes we don't, right? Sometimes we feel driven and sometimes we don't. Passion is not like a faucet that you can turn on and off. And so with the Knight of Wands energy, you are a Knight of Wands when you can listen to creative impulse and take action spontaneously in a pure way. So this is not being compulsive. This is being spontaneous. This is trusting your creative life force so much that when it turns on, you're ready to take action and go after it and nurture that energy and let it build. But when it's not there, you're okay with that. You're able to just, listen and be attentive to the next impulse. So the next cycle that's coming in for you will bring in more surrender to the nature of your creative life force instead of brute force or stiff, rigid willpower. You're going to be more surrendered and natural and easeful with your creative flow and practice following creative impulse and spontaneity. So this is a really different energy from the Seven of Wands that's all about willpower and armoring and pushing through. I feel like you're going to learn the lesson that falls short, that you can't always push through life and force your way through things. Willpower is unsustainable. So I think this cycle is going to come to an end for you to give more time to learn how to be spontaneous and follow creative impulse. And I'm going to close this off with one more, maybe two more work your light messages. You have take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So bring in more yin energy to balance the yang, the fire. Allow yourself to rest, to turn inwards, to be more gentle. You also have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So know that there's a lot happening in the background. You are learning and integrating so much right now, and that's really exciting and really beautiful. You are coming to the end of a really big cycle. You are integrating to feel more whole and complete in yourself. And so just, know that that's happening and allow it to come together for you. Thank you so much, Group 3, for being here. I hope that you found this reading helpful. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated. And I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in another reading or in another video. I'm going to leave you now with a message from today's sponsor. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you are job hunting right now or in some sort of creative profession where showcasing your work is necessary, then I think Squarespace could be exactly what you're looking for. They have so many unique and professionally designed templates to help you stand out amongst your peers and competition. And out of all of these stunning templates, there are ones specifically designed to host your portfolio. You can share your new work directly with your audience by using Squarespace email campaigns. And with your social media tools, you can also integrate your social media accounts to your site to grow your following. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to my link, squarespace.com/ediyasmr, to save 10% off of your first website or domain. Thanks again, Squarespace, and thank you for watching. Sending you so much love, light, and healing. I'll see you next time.